just wanted to let you guys know I'm sponsored by Jam. You can go in there, use my promo code d.barry for 15% off on any t-shirt in the store you want. The deal ends on October 1st, so you guys should go in there and buy whatever you want as soon as you can.
To.barry, once again, I'm a pro skater from the Downers Grove Bay Area. Because you know we got the bays in the oceans. No, but shoot my shoes up and still wearing the same pants like 2 weeks after, not 2 weeks, like 2 weeks after some shit. I got asked in the comment section to make a how to kickflip tutorial, so I'm gonna make a how to kickflip tutorial. And even though like I don't really like kickflips, I prefer heelflips over kickflips, and just about anything else than a kickflip. I think kickflips are overdone. I still say I have a pretty decent kickflip. So real quick, I'll just do a slow motion. Alright, so there's a slow motion kickflip. As you see, when I do the kickflip, that was a pretty bad kickflip. It's kind of rocket. When I do the kickflip, I catch it with my back foot, and that's a very key thing with the kickflip, because if you start catching your kickflips with your front foot, the board will end up in front of you or turning. So I'm going to go more into how the board turns and shit like that. But first, you probably want to go over the foot positioning for a kickflip. So the foot positioning for me, when I do a kickflip, I put my front foot, I take my toe at about like a 45-degree angle, I guess you could say, and I take it and I put my foot like almost in the center of the bolts, leaving me like an inch or two of space on my board. And then my back foot I have, so you can see right here, I have it kind of hanging off the end of the tail. That way I get that good pop when I do my kickflip. Now, what your front foot's doing exactly on a kickflip is your front foot is going to be flicking here. This right here, see this, where the skateboard changes from the flat part of the skateboard to the nose. This is called the concave. This is where you're going to want to be flicking your front foot off of when you're doing the kickflip. So when you do a kickflip, you're going to want to be positioning your feet and flicking off of the concave. As you can see, my white mark on the board goes off at the concave. It just needs to go off somewhere around in this portion of the board, because what ends up happening is when people are trying to kick flips, they will flick too far up the nose, and that will cause it to do will just cause the board to rotate to the right, to the left. Depends on how you're flicking your front foot up the nose, but it's a very key thing to be flicking off this concave right here, because that's how you get that flicking motion when you're doing a kickflip. So once again, you're just going to want to make sure you're flicking off the concave of the board. If you're flicking up the nose, then your fucking skateboard can go to the right, to the left. It'll just move all over the place. Another key thing for when you're doing your kickflips is you're going to want to keep your shoulder width apart with your legs, with your feet. So basically what I'm saying is, like, you want your shoulders to be closed when you're doing a kickflip. If you're doing a kickflip, like you see on my shoulders, they're kind of like, I guess you could say they're like kind of open, but they're closed. I'm not facing like this when I'm doing a kickflip. If I'm opening my shoulders like this when I'm doing a kickflip, that can also cause your kickflips to go to the left or to the right. So you're going to want to make sure you have a closed stance, your front foot, however. Alright, ran out of storage on my phone. So basically, you're just going to want to make sure when you're doing a kickflip, your shoulders are going to be closed. You want to make sure you're flicking off the concave at all times. And it's basically just like an ollie. You're just going to want to kick your front foot a little harder than an ollie and make sure it goes completely off of the board. What you're going to be wanting to do is you're going to be wanting to flip your front foot completely off the board. So what people will do when they're learning how to kickflip is they'll go like that and they'll keep it underneath them. And you can see as I'm getting the full rotation still, but my front foot is in the way of the kickflip, so it's not possible for me to land it. So basically, you need to kick your front foot completely off the board. Your back foot, your knee, you're just gonna wanna lift it up kind of like that, like somewhat up to your chest. And then what will end up happening is you have to just sit there and wait, just kind of float. Wait for the board to come to you. You're not gonna wanna stomp the board down immediately, because what ends up happening is people get like half a rotation and they'll stomp it like that. And you're not gonna land the kickflip, obviously, because you're not waiting long enough. But if you just sit up there and wait a little bit, the board will come to you, you'll catch it with your back foot, and you'll stomp the kickflip. Basically all I gotta say for a kickflip, this one's a little bit more serious than the ollie. Because the ollie tutorial, it's like, I don't know, just kind of flipping around. But, but yeah, that's basically it for the kickflip. You're just gonna wanna make sure you're keeping your shoulders closed. You're gonna wanna make sure you're kicking off the concave. And you're gonna wanna make sure you're getting that front foot out of the way and bringing it back in when you're doing your kickflip. I'll put a few slow motion kickflips at the end of the video. And yeah, that's about it. If you guys want any other tricks that you want to learn in the comments below, just let me know. But otherwise, that's it. It's not To Barry. I'll see you guys later. Peace.